Hello and welcome to the Commissioner's Report. I'm your host, Jeff Foley, and I'm joined by District 2 Commissioner Rick Wilson and Joe Tedder, Tax Collector for Polk County. Thank you for joining me, gentlemen.
It's good to be here.
Good to be here.
Appreciate it. Joe, let's start by talking a little bit about what the Tax Collector's Office does for the residents of Polk County, if you don't mind.
Thank you. Thank you. It's very nice to be here, and I appreciate the opportunity. The Tax Collector's Office does a variety of things, but what it's important for the citizens to kind of remember is really all the services we provide are actually state services. The state of Florida, through the Florida Constitution and Florida law, says we need these things done in each one of the political subdivisions or counties. And we are going to make sure there's an elected tax collector to provide these things. So when I'm collecting property taxes that I distribute to the board or the school board or to a city or SwiftMud or any other taxing district, I'm actually doing that on behalf of the state. So I provide these services, DMV services, titling, registrations of vehicles, mobile homes, boats, trailers, all that kind of stuff, driver's license businesses. We do all that on behalf of the state of Florida. So there's a hunting and fishing license, concealed weapon permits. There's a variety of different services that the Florida legislature have said we want these performed by the tax collector. So these are all the services that we provide for the citizens of Polk County.
Does the state government add to those services that you have to provide?
They always do. I mean, Commissioner Wilson will tell you that unfunded mandates is a very popular term, and it's basically the legislature identifying that we think these are better provided at the local level, be it a city, a school board, or whatever else. And that's great. We all agree in local control. We all agree that there's certain things that we should be doing at the local level. We're closer to the people so we can provide a better service. The challenge becomes is those things cost money.
Right.
You can't go get someone to work in my office for free saying, well, we'll do all this stuff for you for free, Joe. So it costs money. So when the legislature provides that responsibility as a matter of public policy, that is a very good idea. But sometimes it gets contentious to saying, look, you need to give us the funds or allow us to get the funds some other way to be able to do a good job with what you've asked us to do.
And Commissioner, so there's a whole host of things that the Tax Collector's Office does. What would you say are a few of the most important things they provide to the residents?
Well, he touched on them just a few minutes ago. There's a lot of different things, but the main thing is the service that they provide to the citizens of this county. He does a lot of stuff in his buildings and in his division, but it's just getting it done. I mean, it's from driver's license to hunting license, car licensing, titles, tags, just a lot of stuff that, with the growth that we have here in Polk County, I mean, there's a big demand on that. And getting people in and out is what I think they really shine. I was in there not too long ago, made an appointment, went in, it was great. If you just go by what, is on the website, you can get service quickly. Now, a lot of people, like I used to be, would just, they need it today. They get down there and they're trying to get it done, and they really work with all the people of Polk County.
So I think, Joe, you may not know this. I'm a transplant from New York, like half of Polk County. The first time my wife and I went in to get our licenses in Polk County, and we walked out with the license in our hand, we were flabbergasted. You go and you do that at the DMV in New York, and you're waiting 2 weeks until it comes in the mail. So that was a nice little touch.
Yes.
Northeast Government Center, what difference has that made for what you do and for the residents of Polk County?
Well, we were excited when the county realized that they needed to do something in that area of the county to provide services. And we had been looking for another location to try to relieve the pressure from that growth of our Davenport office, and then maybe help us a little bit in Lakeland. So we asked, and the county commission allowed us to be part of that structure. So we have an office there. We also have a self-enclosed driving course. Now this came in as a cost, like everything else. Everything I do, I collect a fee for. The legislature says, Joe, you get this amount of money when you do these things. We are completely funded through the fees that we collect. I get a 2% commission when I distribute money to the board for their taxes. So when the board had this facility, they said, Joe, you want to be part of it? And I said, great. And they said, well, you're going to have to pay for your part, which was another give and take between us and the board, but basically that facility cost our office about $6 million that we were able to pay over a period of time with the Board of County Commissioners. We are finding that office is probably going to be primarily a driver's license office, because that self-contained driving course where you take these young 16-year-olds or maybe an elderly person or someone maybe new to our community, when they actually have to take that driving test, being able to do it in a controlled environment is more efficient. We can do more of them faster. It is safer for the driver, and it's really safer and calmer for our staff that's actually doing the test. So we're going to try to drive more driver's license tests, no pun intended, but drive more of those tests to actually Lake Alfred.
And I would think that that would help you with retention, keeping your instructors off the road and on an enclosed course.
Yes, it is very stressful. Any of us could imagine getting in a car with someone you don't know, in a car that you do not know. We check to see if the brake lights work and a couple other turn signals, but we don't really know how well that car is. We also, in some cases, especially this time of year, where there's no air conditioning or the car can be filthy, and so you have one of our employees getting in that car and getting ready to pull out on Highway 27 in Davenport, or downtown Lakeland and Lakeland, or downtown Bartow and Bartow, and start taking them through public streets, say turn here, turn there. That is very stressful. Yeah. And dangerous. Mm-hmm. We had one tragic accident in Lakeland. Fortunately, nobody was hurt, but it was very, our employee was hurt, but not seriously hurt, but it was very stressful and very scary. And we videotape everything for training purposes, and that was a violent accident in downtown Lakeland. And so we've got to figure out more ways to try to get these tests off the public roads for everybody's sake, and try to do it as some kind of self-enclosed course.
And Joe, I know the residents vote on your role, on your position. You've been reelected 6 times, correct?
Yes.
You have a background as an accountant.
Yes.
How have you ended up as the tax collector?
Well, thanks for that. By the grace of God, I was very lucky. Anytime you're elected to an office, it's a great deal of luck and passion and somebody watching over you much bigger than you. But I had the opportunity at age 30 to run for the Florida legislature. And the people of Lakeland elected me to be their state representative. And I served in that term for 2 years, and I truly enjoyed it. It was very rewarding. And I really got a chance to do, I think, some good things that last even today. I wrote and got past the charter school legislation. And now you see charter schools across the country, but across Florida. I also had an opportunity to write a Government and Accountability Act, which created a group called OPAGA, which does analysis of different state agencies. So I'd had an opportunity to do a variety of different things, but what I missed was to actually lead my own team of people, and I had a passion to be able to do that towards a common goal, serving the citizens in my county, Polk County. And so the tax collector position was a wonderful blend of my accounting, my legislative, political experience, and my desire to serve the people of Polk County. So I went for it in 1996 and was fortunate to have the support of our community. And I've been fortunate ever since then to be able to have their support, and I welcome that and grateful for it.
I would say the re-elections would say that you're doing a good job and it's been a good move.
Well, thank you. Thank
you.
you.
And I have to say this, all the commission and all our constitutionals, and you hear this all the time, we all work together good, we get along good, and when you deal with some other counties, or we go and sit down with other counties, and I know a lot of other commissioners in this state, they don't have that pleasure of working good together. And we do. We work hard for this county and for the people of this county. And working with Joe is just another prime example of it. It works good, and we get the job done.
Yes, I'd like to echo that. It's amazing between the county commission and the county administration, your county manager, and all the constitutional officers. We all understand our roles, which at times the whole thing is designed to be a little bit confrontational, so that not all the power is held in one hand. And so there's different views or opinions, but there's a mutual respect and a mutual desire of everybody to work together. And that is beneficial for the county. And I've been doing this a long time. I don't think other than maybe Lori Edwards, our supervisor of election, I don't think there's a local or definitely a countywide official that's been in office as long as we have. And so I've worked with a lot of different county commissions. And the past few years, the cohesive group between the constitutional officers and the county commission has been very, very good to the benefit, truly to the benefit of the citizens. So the citizens don't get wrapped up into some little fight going back and forth between these two groups, which is not productive for anybody.
None whatsoever.
Well, I get the feeling we could talk for quite a while. Unfortunately, we are going to wrap up. Is there anything that either of you would like to add to the conversation?
I'd just like to thank Joe for coming and being part of this, and you know, letting people know what he does. I'm sure they already know, but just thank him for coming, and we appreciate it every day.
Thank you, Commissioner. I just tell the citizens to please go to polktaxes.com to see all the different services that we provide and plan out. If you are doing driver's license services, you're going to need an appointment, and all the other services, you can do most of those online. Help us save your money by having less people actually come in our offices.
Awesome. Well, thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate the time and the conversation. Thank you for spending some time with us today. That's it for this episode of the Commissioner's Report. We'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Please make sure to subscribe and like our social media.